What's up, guys? Back for another episode of Barbells and Banter. Again, we fielded some more questions that have been coming through. So thank you guys for that. I'm obviously encouraged to get as much questions in as possible because we want to make the content here as specific to you guys as possible. We talked about cold water immersion. We talked about hair loss and some of the tricks that the barbers can play up until a certain point. We also talked about emotional eating, trigger foods, and we talked about meal plans and maybe a time when a meal plan could be beneficial for you. We also talked about, what did we talk about in the last bit? Supplements. Oh, yeah. So we also had a big dive into supplements, when to use them, what ones could be beneficial, even talked about fish oil. And that might be making a comeback because it's kind of fell out of the mix for me. But the rest of it, we'll let you guys get in and listen to the episode. Perfect opportunity to hit that subscribe button. So do that now. Support the mission. Like, share, comment, give us some feedback. Like I said, keep the questions coming through and enjoy the episode. I have to go and find a new barber today. I have to go trial a new barber today.
The search continues.
Fuck, man.
The Point Cook, Western Suburbs, a reliable barber that isn't shit and doesn't fucking just move.
Yeah. I reckon it's...
They don't exist.
Do you reckon it's as... I'd be really interested to know what the longevity of your average barber is.
Yeah, you said yesterday worse than a PT.
I reckon it's to a personal trainer.
Yeah, and I think the... aside from the gyms, probably the qualification rate is...
Yeah, well,
I'd love to know what percentage of barbers
go to barber school
are fucking qualified.
Yeah.
That'd be so low, man.
Yeah, who didn't get qualified just cutting their cousins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the one that I used to have at Water Gardens. When I was living in Taylor's Lakes. I went there one day. His kid, man, was like 15.
Yeah.
Couldn't speak English. And just his uncle was next to him like, do this. I'm like,
oh my God.
Bro, no. This is not it.
It's literally Russian roulette.
Yeah, and the chains are the worst.
Yeah.
I won't name any, but there's one that started local and it's...
Is it Grindstone?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone.
Oh, they're gone?
Yeah, they're done skis.
They're gone under?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so
every Grindstone I've seen is gone now. It's something else.
Yeah, well... Yeah, and that's why, because you couldn't possibly see the same person.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. Like, look, I waste a lot of money on a lot of things, right? We've talked about this, right? Go out for dinners, spend a lot of money when I'm out for dinner.
Yeah,
and always buy the protein bars on special. But it's like to cut my hair. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
like you're just shaving it. Yeah. Like 0.5.
I feel like the beard's high stress though.
It's not. It's still not hard though because I can do it.
Yeah.
So. It's just the fade in is the thing that requires, because I don't have the ability to do it on the back.
Got it.
I don't think it's a high skilled job.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take as long as cutting someone's hair with like scissors and shit.
Of course.
And it's like fucking $80, bro.
For beard as well?
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is why I prefer to go.
I think, shout out to Adrian at Workshop Barbers in Gisborne. He used to be out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Another reason to move to Gisborne.
Yeah. Good barbers. The wait list is like 2 weeks, but once you're in, you're fucking in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He said to me one day, he's like, oh, do you want me just to like book a few ahead? I was like, just put me in fortnightly, Thursday, forever.
Yeah. The best thing about that is you can just cancel if you can't make it.
And I get the 24-hour notice.
Yeah.
Fixed it. Yeah, I had to do that this week. I went yesterday. We're at crew cut level now.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it. I was like, I'm talking about me, but we can go there.
Yeah. We've hit crew cut with the slow. It's more like a little bit for myself to ease my way into it.
See
it's more easy my wife into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's not ready.
She's a bit terrified, but so her dad had a shaved head.
Okay.
And obviously my dad has a shaved head and I look pretty similar to my dad.
Oh yeah, so you'd be like, get a good look.
So she's like, I don't really want to see your or my dad when I look at you. So so that's an element.
Oh, well.
For sure.
Geez, no pressure.
Right?
It's like, what are you going to do? Just like will it to stay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
I've made the decision that I'm not up for the medication.
Yeah, because that's the drawback for you going to get the hair transplant.
Yeah,
right?
so I used Mosh before we started trying for a baby.
Yeah.
I used it for a little bit through the first one, and then we had a miscarriage, and I was like, fucking everything is out.
Yeah, of course.
So I took that out, and I thought about going back, and I'm like, I have to take this every day.
Did it work?
Forever. So the one I was taking was because we were trying to conceive, I couldn't take the regrowth one.
Right.
I could only take the stop loss one.
Yeah, stops it from getting worse, right?
Yeah, so the regrowth one wrecks sex drive, fucks with hormones, does all sorts of shit.
It's a big consequence.
Even the keep one isn't amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably too much going on at the time to really know if it had much of an impact. But yeah, I was just like, I don't want to do that forever.
Yeah, I get it.
And then it's like even
because you have to have it every day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big commitment.
And then even if you get the plugs, like you go to Turkey or whatever, you have to keep taking the stop loss. And then if you still lose, you can end up with like holes and shit. So depending on how old you are, and then how much further, how much worse your hair loss gets. So if I went now, so I'm 34, by 44, this is probably pulled to here.
Yeah.
So they're only going to fix this part, right?
Yeah,
and
then
from
you
the
gotta
back.
go-
So
you gotta
then
go,
it's
yeah.
like, well, this isn't growing, and I've got this perfect fucking...
You have to get the old toupee happening.
Yeah. So it's like, fuck it,
Get
man.
the LeBron James special.
Yeah. I'm like married, I've got a kid, so it's all right. I can accept it.
My mate, I won't name him, you know who he is. He went to his barber, and the barber was like, mate, he's like, I'm running out of tricks here. And he's like,
Savage.
tricks? What the fuck you talking about? He's just like, it's like, I can't do much more for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Adrian's good. He's like, said, I'm going to go shorter and just see if this like thinning spot at the back looks better or worse. And like we've been doing tricks. So it's like the front's a 3.5.
Yeah.
The back's a 4.
Yeah.
Just to try and make it all look.
Of course.
Yeah, and the way he cuts it in the sides and stuff. He's onto it. But it's like you're fighting a losing battle.
Every time I see you, bro, there's less and
it's
less.
fucking coming.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe it's like my own fault. Have I made, let's say, some decisions that have made it worse?
I don't think so.
So I had a funeral last week. My uncle's about to turn 40.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's 4 or 5 years older than me. And it's like he's only 5'11".
Yeah.
And shouts out, no disrespect. But it's like he just hasn't seen it. He's just never put his head down.
Oh.
And it's like just from the back and it's skin.
Oh.
But hair everywhere else.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, I don't want that.
That's unfortunate.
I don't want that. And then I was like, oh, well, if that's 4 years ahead, then I haven't done anything that's hindered this.
Yeah.
It's just genetic.
Right.
It was coming for me always.
But the haircut's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I need to work out these like divot roll fucking.
You still got them?
They're not as bad.
Yeah, because your face isn't as fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not 102 kilos.
I mean that in total respect.
Yeah. So they're better.
Speaking of that, my blunt language. So I looked after the kids on the weekend, my mate's kids, who stupidly left me in charge of the health and safety of 2 children for fucking half a day. And his son's like, oh, what do you do for a job? And I said, oh, I work in the gym and I help people train and get fit. And he's like, what do you mean? And I said, well, you know how Uncle Jason's got big muscles? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I help other people get big muscles. He's like, what else do you do? And then this is me not talking to a kid, talking to him like he's an adult. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, I help people lose fat, get strong. And he's like, we're not allowed to talk about that. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Wow. Not allowed to use the F word.
Yeah. Only because, like, you know, there's been certain circumstances. When you're young, you're just oh, like he's fat like this person, or fat. You got a fat guy. So obviously, like he's described it that way. They're like, oh, you can't say that word. So as soon as I said it, he's like, oh no, we're not allowed to talk about that. So then I'm like, well, now this kid thinks that like I do this like bad job.
Yeah,
like I'm this bad person.
You're a savage. Some boot camp instructor.
Yeah.
You're a fat piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm just pointing at people. Yeah, it was really funny.
What's the babysitting age group for you? Just so I can put in my diary.
Oh, what's the age group?
Yeah.
When they can go to sleep the first time.
So 12.
when I say it's bedtime and they go, all right, off to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least 12.
Yeah. No, that was all right. They're, 6 and 3, I think, or 6 and 2.
Yeah.
It's okay. Steph took care of all the stuff.
Yeah.
Changed the nappy.
Yeah, all the nappy things.
Yeah. Every time, so one of them's, got a little bit of a history of wetting the bed and this and that. So I was like...
Slept on a tarp?
And I was just like, if this one calls out in the middle of the night, I'm like, that's all you, bro. That's all you. She called out like 3 times. And then Steph's like, all right, you're up. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going in there. I'm like, I don't know what.
Can't deal with it.
There could be shit on the wall. Like, I'm just like, nah, it's not happening. I'm like, once they're up, I'll take care of the rest of the day. I'm like, I'll be the fun dude.
Yeah.
Like, and then, I think one of them kept us up every 2 hours. And then, 5:45 comes in. She's like, I'm awake. And I was like, oh, wow. Are you? I was like, do you want to come and sit in the bed? And then, I'm like, she's like, I just gave her this book and I'm like, put the TV on and I'm trying to sleep. And then she just starts jumping on the bed. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
Yup.
Yeah, it was good. It was, how do I put this? It was, it affirmed all of my life choices up to now. I'm like, okay, I'm cool with this.
Good reminder of why you're doing life the way you're doing it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was still fun though.
Fuck, spent a week at my house this week.
Yeah. It's still fun. Like, it's,
Yeah.
But it's like, it's fun until it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the difference is like when it's yours.
Well, you got a lot more.
The not fun part is like, it's probably worse. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, no, it is worse because it hurts your feelings more.
Okay.
But then when it turns off and it's good, it's like fucking 11 out of 10
I could imagine.
Good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it's like, I forgot that was really shit because you're the best right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like LJ was a fucking monster. So he had 4 ties cut in his mouth.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
laser cut. So he's been shit since basically. Last night we went for a walk and just decided like I've fucking had it. Like
yeah.
And just screamed for like 3 hours. Like
Wow.
You're supposed to be on the other side now. Calm down.
Yeah.
Go in this morning.
It's supposed to be quiet, bro.
Yeah, he's like slept mostly through the night because he ruined himself. And like going this morning, I'm like, oh, he's the best. I'm gonna go to work.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's like I don't care.
Yeah. So little man's finding himself and he's 6, right? So, but he's kind of worked it out. If he doesn't want to do something, he just has to behave a certain way, and it usually works.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to go play basketball, and I'm like, cool, let's go. We get to the basketball court, take like 2 shots. I want to go to the park. I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm like, we're gonna go this way, and he's just like, no, we're going this way. I was like, no, bud, we can't go through the school. We have to go around it. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
No, we're going this way. And then I could just see. It was like Sunday. He hadn't had a good sleep. He got upset when mum and dad left. Like, he's asking where they are every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I could see in his head like a storm was brewing. And I'm just like, please, mum and dad are like 20 minutes away. In my head,
Don't do it now.
I'm like, oh, you've done such a good job, being such a good boy. I can't wait to tell mum and dad just how well behaved you are. I'm like, come on, let's go. We'll go this way. And then like because Steph's great with kids because she works obviously in the school.
Yeah.
She kind of just mentioned going home.
Yeah.
Just threw it out there. And then like I could see in his head he was about to go fucking bonkers. And then he just goes, I want to go home. And I'm just like, oh, absolutely, dude. Let's go.
That's on the list.
We literally like walked down the street, shot like 3 shots of basketball, had a little domestic, and then went home. I was just like, he's like, I want an icy pole. I'm like, fucking great.
Have one.
It's 10 a.m. Have an icy pole. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You want to watch YouTube? Let's do it.
Yeah. And your mum and dad are going to be here in 10 minutes, so have some raspberry cordial.
Yeah.
See you later.
That was good fun. It's good fun. Still on the list. Still on the list as a babysitter.
Yeah.
They survived.
Held it down.
Yeah. Mum and dad were happy.
Yeah. You approve of the kids, not the parents approve of you. Right?
Oh, well,
it's like...
I reckon I'll get the call up again.
Drive to Survive. What'd you think? How far in?
I've only watched 7 episodes only.
Only?
Yeah, it came out Friday. But you guys are like, oh, I'm finished. And I'm like, fuck.
We don't do a lot right now.
I reckon it was great. I reckon it's way better than last season.
I reckon it's probably the best in a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon there's less fake drama in this one because you know, like I feel like the year before, not a lot happened.
Yeah,
so they had to make shit up.
Yeah,
so they're making up like, you know,
fights
Ricardo
with Danny and
Ricardo,
and
then I was like, that's fake, man.
Yeah,
like it's not even real.
Yeah. I caught out a few things like in the races that they tried to like storyline the race. It's like it didn't really
work out that way.
Didn't really happen. Like they just at Singapore when George crashed into the wall.
Yeah,
it's just like they just pretended Lando didn't exist.
Yeah,
it's like he was chasing Lando, not Carlos.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
So a few little things like that, but way back into like just get to know the drivers because motorsport, like I feel like if you don't like motorsport, you just don't. Well, not just. I understand if you don't like it. It's cars driving around in circles. But if you have an investment in a driver,
it's way more fun.
It's way more entertaining.
It's like having an investment in an athlete in any sport,
in anything. Yeah, so like I've watched motorsport for 34 years. I was born into watching it basically.
Yeah,
and I still can't turn on something I don't know and watch it for an hour because I'm just like I don't know who any of these people are. I don't have no investment with the teams. I'm like, meh.
Yeah,
like. It's interesting for 10 minutes to see, because I'm a car nut, like what that car does and if it's close and all that kind of stuff. But if I don't know anyone in it, like, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, and most sports are like that unless you love the sport.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah. So if you've ever put on Formula One and I'm like, why do the boys fucking talk about this all the time?
Yeah.
Go and watch Drive to Survive. Pick a driver you like.
It got me back into it. I used to watch it when I was younger. I took a hiatus. I think after Schumacher retired, I was like. You know, it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And then it got me back in the first season. I was like, oh, fuck, this sport's sick.
Pay attention again.
Yeah. It's funny. We're watching the Alpine episode.
Yes.
And Steph's like, we don't like Esteban. I'm like, yes,
we don't.
Nobody likes Esteban.
Especially when you really like Pierre, you don't like Esteban.
Yeah. She's like, Gaz is a good one. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. He is.
Yes, he is.
He's good, and so's his wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I told Steph, all right? I've said on the internet.
It's okay.
I told her.
Okay.
I told her, I'm like, his missus is good.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, is she the natural brunette one? I'm like,
yeah.
Made it to the gym 4 times this week, bro.
Bro, I'm on. I'm back.
Looking a bit more full.
Fuck, I feel so sloppy.
Yeah?
Jess did a check-in once, and I've just fucking stuck to it. That she felt like a bag of milk. And I'm just like, that is the best description of when you're just not feeling
a bag.
I feel like I look like a bag of milk. I'm like, I get it. That's how I feel right now.
That is an interesting description.
Yeah. So I don't think I look as bad as I feel. But yeah, it was nice to get back in. Bro splits. Got through the second leg day pretty unscathed. Bro, we didn't actually revisit that leg dumps.
Oh, yeah?
Fucking hell, man.
So did we play golf as well? Was that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it got worse after that.
Bro, did it get worse? So I think I did it the Thursday night. Then we played golf on the Friday. Saturday, I couldn't stand up, man. So, like, it took, like, stand up, time between being vertical and actually straightening my knee from my hamstrings was, like, 5 to 10 seconds every time. It was fucking brutal, man.
Yeah, that is just...
I haven't done a lying leg curl for...
Really? Yeah.
God knows how long.
Yep. Have you done any leg curl in a while?
I did seed it. I had seeded in my program for a bit.
Okay, yeah.
And I usually, either RDL or...
Isn't it funny how just like seated to lying, it's just like, you know what? Let's cause some trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's that insertion and then like the top of the calf gets sore as well. Just like everything behind the knees.
Yeah.
Like, you have hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good. The bro split's fun. I'm in.
And what time of the day are we working out now?
Whenever.
Yeah. So you haven't got a... Yeah. How's that going?
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just got to...
No issues kind of getting yourself into it or...
I've just got to accept... Because I've had it so easy to be like, I'm going to train at
this time
11:05 when there's no one here. Because I've just had that luxury. It was a bit hard to be like, fuck, I got to go. It's busy. I walked in the door last night at 5 p.m.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd like to... I am such a fucking creature of habit. Like, if I deviate from the schedule, almost my mindset is ruined for the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd like to be able to get out of that.
Yeah.
Like, If something just happens, I'm like, the day's ruined.
Have a kid.
Yeah. Well, I'm babysitting for a little bit and try and go to the gym the same day, maybe.
Yeah. Literally the hardest part of parenthood so far is how long things take.
Yeah.
Like even last night I was like, oh cool, I need to get Amy out of the house. We're going to go for a walk. He's been chill for an hour. It'll be fine. We didn't get halfway around the block, man. And it was just like, no. It's like, okay, what's the fastest way home?
Yeah.
Where it was like, if we had have probably waited 20 minutes and tried to get him to sleep, we probably could have like maybe put him in the carrier and got away with it. But I was like, I just want to go.
Yeah.
Just go. Everything takes ages.
Yeah. Our first experience of that was like, we met our, like, Steph's sister and the kids at the zoo.
Yeah.
And like, if Steph and I go somewhere, it's like, we're doing a lap and that's it.
Yeah.
And so we would probably knock off, oh no, where'd we go? The aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
So we can knock the aquarium off, hour and a half.
Yeah.
We're there fucking 7 hours, bro.
Yeah.
7 fucking hours. Like, because you got to go to everything, stop, and then, like, you know, they get distracted, so they run off on something, bring them back.
Yeah.
Sit at the food court, you know, eat. And, like, I remember, like, we were at the food court, and we're like, we're just sitting there for fucking ages. I was kind of just looking at Steph, like, kicking her in the leg and shit. I'm like, and I'm not really one to, like, be able to sit still.
Yeah.
I'm fucking fidgeting this whole time.
Yep.
I'm just like, let's go see the fucking animal.
I'm sick of looking at chicken nuggets.
Yeah. There's fucking penguins here. Let's go. And they're right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but training's good.
All right, quick break in the episode, guys. Just wanted to talk about coaching. So we at STCfit are committed to taking your body composition, training, performance, your health and well-being all to the next level. Our experienced team of coaches are ready to help you get the most out of yourself. You don't just have to be a powerlifter or a bodybuilder or an athlete. You just need to be somebody who knows that you have a lot of potential and want to reach it. And you can join the team by heading to the website, submitting a coaching inquiry form, and one of our coaches will get in touch with you. All right, let's get back to the episode.
I made the comment to you guys on Friday.
Yeah.
About the meal plans.
Yeah.
Because Jess is on the meal plan for...
You wrote your own meal plan?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you wrote a meal plan for a client and put Maxi Bonds in it because you influenced them.
No.
Yeah.
But my clients, if you can fit it, you can have Maxi Bond.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I said that I was just like, there's nothing that could like motivate me to do that. And then we did the goal setting workshop yesterday, and I was like, okay,
I need to be on a meal
it's time
plan.
to sort my shit out.
Yeah. I'm all for the meal plan.
Yeah, so I still think like there'll be flexibility on the weekend. But
I think we always you want to akin it to training.
Yeah.
So following a training program takes out the layers of decision making for like the athlete.
Yeah.
Which, you know, allows them to mentally focus, prepare, you know, set their day up and their week, right? And then there's going to be that time like Big Matty was like, oh, the gym's fucked tonight and I'm training legs.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what to do?
Yeah.
Heavy lower push.
Yeah.
Do your adductor
Figure
work.
it out. Yeah.
You know, do a curl, do an extension, you know. I have full faith in that you'll get a good session in.
Yeah.
So that's his like, we're off plan.
Yeah, he's at the cafe on Sunday morning.
Correct.
Yeah.
So then, but when he goes into the gym most of the time and the other guys, like, they just want to know, like, oh, I'm starting here and going here, I'm doing this. They're mentally preparing themselves for, you know, the workout itself, like even during the day.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of power in that when it comes to a meal plan, providing that whoever's writing the meal plan's not like, you have to eat only these foods.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, exactly a cup of spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's a tremendous amount of benefit to that. And that's why I'm moving to a meal plan next week.
Yeah, for the cut.
Yeah, so I got Annie to write one up. So for you guys who want a meal plan, stcfit.com/nutrition.
Yep.
Let's go speak to Annie. Yeah, she wrote me a meal plan. It's funny, she wrote me a meal plan like, I just said go for it. And then, yeah, the first meal I was like, I'm not going to eat that. Like, I felt real bad. I should have said, like, this is what I would eat in a day.
Yeah.
But she gave a little sneaky paddle pop at the end of the day.
Us.
Yeah.
It's not a max bomb, but it's still pretty good.
Well, I haven't even thought
Paddle
about
pop's
using a
good,
paddle
man.
pop. It's only like
80
70.
calories?
Yeah. 75 calories or something like that.
I've got calories on lock for ice cream, bro.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, yeah, I was like, oh, that's an interesting thing to...
Yeah.
She goes, I'm 4 grams out on your carbs. Is that a problem?
It'll be okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be okay. I'll do an extra air squat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But I also have built in like a super high calorie lunch.
Right.
So more often than not, the high calorie meals I have, if they're over the weekend or social or whatever, be like we'll go out or
Yeah, so you can just, it's the same, you can just get back on the plan after that, right?
yeah. So it's like we'll go to Nando's after the pod or to a cafe or whatever, and then weekends the same. It's like brunch, lunchy kind of deal. And it's like I've got 750 calories.
Yeah.
Have a protein shake if I need to on top. Like,
our dinner's different every night.
at home.
Yeah, and it's mainly because like Steph can't do, like she doesn't have it like I have it, you know, where I'm just like same food, same time of the day. Right?
Yeah.
Like it'll actually make her go backwards if we just eat the same thing.
Yeah.
So I've just got to like leave 600 calories for dinner.
Yep.
So I just eat 2,000 calories. Like I just go, I need to write me 2,000 calories worth of food.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'll take care of
dinner.
the 600 calories for dinner.
Yep.
And I'll just make sure my protein and stuff's hit. I mean, we always have protein.
Yeah.
Like always.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like dot the I's and cross the T's. Mm-hmm. And that's a pretty good strategy. Like I use that, even I've got a couple of young lifters that, you know, still eat with the family, with mum and dad and stuff. So I was like, cool, just hit your protein and I'll leave you 600 calories for dinner.
Yeah.
Or 500, depending on how big you are. And that seems to work quite effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until they get to that point where they're like, yeah, I want to step things up. Like one of them's competing and stuff. I'm like, probably need to.
Yeah. When mum's making like carbonara.
Yeah. I got to. This isn't a client I work with, so for those listening, it's not you. I've got a mate. He thinks when his mum cooks his meal, it's good for you.
Right. Yeah, because it's home cooked. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember one time he's like, it's home cooked meal. You know, it's good. I'm like, what you having? And he said,
lasagna.
Yeah, macaroni.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and bro, like the amount of fucking cheese on this macaroni, I couldn't believe it. Yeah. And I was like, you know, that's like fucking 1,000 calories worth of food right there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's
mum made it or not.
Yeah. And this is the same dude, right? So I was in fucking tears in a restaurant, laughing, right? So my mate's like, I'm watching what I eat. He's trying to lose a bit of weight. I was like, yeah, cool. He's doing runs and shit, whatever. And he's like, no chips. You know, when he ordered his steak. So then he ordered garlic butter to put on his steak, dude. So you know those the little gravy boats?
Yeah.
So they put a whole. It's like they grabbed semi solid butter.
Yeah.
And mashed it into that. So the whole thing, right, bro? He put so much butter on his steak, right? It was melting. The whole plate was swimming butter, right? My mate, he knows a little bit about nutrition as well. My other mate. So we're in tears laughing about the fact that like no chips, but I'll just eat half
a kilo of butter,
half a punnet of butter.
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious.
Peppercorn sauce, sir.
Yeah, I don't mind a good mushroom sauce.
Yeah, I'm coming around to mushroom sauce. I'm coming around to mushrooms in general.
I was gonna say you don't like the mushrooms though, yeah?
I wouldn't say that anymore.
Yeah, I think I just like the gravy more than the mushroom in it.
Yeah, I don't dislike it anymore.
Yeah. Grown up then.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it came from, I went to one of the teppanyaki places.
Yeah.
And it was like, they just threw it at you. So it's like, well, you
Here
better fucking eat it.
Yeah.
It's like, it just tastes like garlic butter.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of like when Steph was like, I eat Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
It's like, no one likes Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she fucking puts chicken noodle fucking cooked in oil. I was like, of course you love Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts too, like this, you know. It's just like chicken stock.
Yeah.
Just eating chicken stock powder.
Yeah. Amy's super proud of herself because in the last maybe 2 years, she started eating sushi.
Yeah.
But she has the crispy chicken
Yeah.
rolls. It's like, okay, so you've learnt to tolerate a flavorless seaweed.
Yeah.
And you just have chicken and rice.
Yeah. Look, to be fair, Amy, the crispy chicken ones are elite.
They are fucking good. But just have one fish one.
Nah. I can just hit here and there.
Nah, not a chance.
So are you eating at maintenance? Are you?
It should be a slight deficit if I behave myself.
Yeah, that's a smart way of doing it. I reckon.
Yeah, so if I hit my steps and that, I would imagine. It's about 24.
Yeah. Seen you on your walking pad the other day.
Yeah.
I still haven't got one. I'm jealous.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing less walks at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elijah's just not up for it, so it's
Yeah.
more steps.
I'm doing less walks because my dogs are just not up for it. They're up for it, but they're fucking crazy. I'd just rather have these caged animals inside my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like catch-22 because then I get like, I'm like, oh, you know, they get bored, so you take them out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, fuck, man, Mav is just insane on the lead.
It's an animal.
Yeah.
Well, literally.
Yeah. But like a wild one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it gets
Would you
better
get a
the more
trainer for him?
Yeah, honestly, I forget.
Yeah.
You know when you have so much going on in your mind?
Yeah.
Like, I just fucking forget shit left, right, and centre.
The one
So
we got was real good.
I would love to get him a trainer. I would
Yeah.
love to have someone come to the house, even just to train us.
Well, it was more telling us how.
Yeah, because I don't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one person. They're like, "Oh, you need to get him to take food in the front yard."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, so how the fuck do you do that?"
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, I need like, I go out the front and go, "Here's your food."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's more to it than that,
Definitely.
you know.
Yeah. Most of the lesson we got was like, you rather than it's less telling them off, more telling them they're good.
Yeah.
So like Indy used to bark in the window
reinforce
all the time.
the good behavior, right?
Yeah, she used to bark in the window all the time, and we just yell at her from the other end of the house, like,
Yeah.
fuck. And then he was like, oh, just like as soon as she stops, tell her she's good.
Yeah.
And I was like, won't that reinforce the barking? Like we said,
Mm.
and it turned into like 3 barks.
Yeah.
And then we just started saying like, thanks, Wolf.
Yeah.
And she come trotting in like, I did it. I
Yeah.
told ya. And that was it. It was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the lead and stuff, it's the same. It's like the second he stops pulling, he's a good dog.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all that shit. But, and yes.
What if he never stops pulling?
Well, there was a few of those
Yeah.
moments also. Yeah.
My dad was like, "Oh, you should get this harness for Mav. Like, it stops them from pulling." I'm like, "No, it doesn't."
No, it doesn't.
He's like, "Yeah, because you put it at the front." I'm like, "No, because what he does is walks with his body tilted to the right
Yeah.
to offset."
To lean in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he's so strong. I'm just like, I can't fucking outsmart this dog. So this is how smart he is, right? And like, you know how he ran away.
Yep.
So I don't like having an audience when Steph and I are having our alone time, right?
Yes.
So most of the time they go outside.
Yeah.
However, we were like, we'll just close the door
Yeah.
and they can
It'll be
wave.
fine.
Yeah.
Narrator, it was not fine.
Next thing you know, this door's closed, bro, locked, like
Yeah.
closed. And next thing you know, who's fucking staring at me?
He'd just palm him open, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he just climbs up, taps the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when they ran away, someone was like, "How does a dog even like open a front door?" I was
Pretty
like,
easy.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
when he's the height of me,
Yeah.
absolutely easy."
Yeah,
as.
yeah. And it's the door's not deadlocked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck. That was fucking funny. And then it's like you're laughing, and I'm like, "Just fuck off."
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. So I lied to everyone the other day. I lied to the whole of Instagram.
Oh, because you were massive for a day.
So it was 100.3.
And then you went to the bathroom.
No. I woke up the next day and I was 99.4. It's funny, Steph was like, so Steph's on this health kick at the moment. She's doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's lost a lot of weight and her clothes are like swimming on her and shit. And she's like super motivated. And so she's like, oh, I gained a kilo. And I said, don't worry about it. I said, like, you hit your diet, you do your cardio.
Yeah.
You've done your workouts, like you can't control that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh damn. I'm like, I lost a kilo. She's like, yeah, you fucking gave it to me.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make the hundy.
Nah, well, you got like 3 days.
Yeah, well, it's not worth it. It's like
Haagen-Dazs, mate.
even the whole time I was like, because I'm kind of like, I got to hold my weight in a very unique area,
Yeah.
and most people can't see it.
Yeah. Very
So
fortunate.
so I'm just like, I don't know if I want to get any heavier than this because it's not going to be like I know that the extra 700 grams isn't going to be muscle in 4 days.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Yeah, so I think we'll just tap out on the weekend.
Yep. Yep.
Just eat like a fat dog. I've only had 6 hot cross buns this week.
6.
Yeah.
What's going on? You okay?
Well,
Sad.
partly it's because I haven't been to the shops.
Okay.
So I've worked out that if I only go to the shops once a week,
Yeah.
that I don't eat more hot cross buns.
Are we going to eat hot cross buns in Queensland?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's going to be my last hurrah.
That'll be my
It'll be part of the joke. It's got to be.
maxi bun.
It'll be like the Last Supper.
How many How many hot cross buns can I have for 320 calories?
Depending on the hot cross bun, maybe 2.
2.
It depends on the size too.
2's
Well, there's mini ones.
2's alright.
Yeah, they got mini ones, but they're like a pull apart, so you may as well just eat the whole thing.
Yeah, fuck it.
Just sit there, cut through the middle.
I feel like that about the 6-packs.
Yeah. Well, that's what Michael's like. How many bites does he take to eat it? It's like 3, bro. They're so tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the sticky date ones are good. Oh man, you know what? They are so fucking expensive though.
The sticky date ones,
bro.
Yeah.
Baker's Delight. Look, you guys are doing great things.
Yeah.
You know, and you're charging accordingly. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, you go into Coles, it's like $4
Yeah.
for 6. I paid $9.
Oof.
I was like, these better be fucking
Worth it,
good.
though.
Oh, they were.
But even the bread's worth it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like I'm all for it if the quality's there. But like when I went to, because I only bought one last time, and I thought it's way more expensive to buy one. So I expected the bundle to be cheaper.
Yeah.
It's not that much cheaper. Just getting used to eating $4 packets of hot cross buns.
Yeah. That'll be the good thing about dieting, is your costs will go down
Yeah. Oh,
exceptionally.
I don't know. Because then I like look for like diet food, and it's always way more expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I laughed at myself yesterday. You know how I don't check the price of lettuce?
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Nah, I bought we've been having smoothies,
Yeah.
and like we missed a few over the weekend. I threw out like $20 worth of fruit. And I was like, oh, fucking annoying.
Yeah, bad.
So I bought frozen fruit, and obviously just get the mixed berries, and then they had mango.
Yeah.
And I used to buy frozen mango heaps.
Mm.
With the blueberries, and I was like, okay, I'll get that. And I was like, it's fucking $9. $9 for 500 grams of frozen mango.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, okay, so we have like 3 pieces of that a day.
Yeah, weighing it out.
Yeah.
Here's your mango rations for the day.
Yeah, that's not an every 2-day packet. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
because there's 2 of us. Go through it real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched this, like, I got caught in a YouTube spiral, and I started watching this, like, you know, the big 2 supermarket fucking duopoly thing.
Yeah, fuck.
Bro, honestly,
I'm in a IG thread.
It makes you hate them.
Did you see the CEO dressed up as a cashier?
Nah.
Bro, it's so funny.
I don't think I got that far into it, but I watched the interview where like he walks out when they start hammering him about the prices.
Yeah, so that's the one. He's dressed as a cashier in that.
I didn't. Is he? Is he? I thought that was his uniform.
No.
Oh,
so
okay.
he's got a fucking Woolies polo and a
vest.
name badge, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not the 16-year-old kid at the front. You're worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And then, he says something stupid, and he asks, like, can I cut it? Because that was a silly thing to say. They're like, nah.
Absolutely not. Your PR team should have prepped you for this.
Because we gotcha.
Yeah. Walking out was the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
It's like, you sat down trying to defend yourself, and then you got pissed off and you left.
Made
it's
it
like,
way worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because we wouldn't be talking about it if you didn't.
The Coles CEO, she looks evil.
Really?
Yeah, she just gives off vibes.
I haven't seen
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, I'm a good judge of character, you're an evil person.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying. Like, it's the largest profit ever or something, and they're
like $1 billion profits, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more what they do to the growers.
And the farmers are getting less.
Yeah.
And then they're blaming, I can't remember what food it was. They blamed the war on Ukraine for like something that's grown in Australia.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like
they
the
do
price
all that
rise. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, they do there's always an excuse. I mean, you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Like this, that, and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's extortionate. Like, sometimes I go in the supermarket, I'm like, I'm not paying $6 for a bag of Doritos, bro.
Yeah.
Or it's like, when they put on special and then you look underneath the tag and it's like
10 cents.
Or it's the same price if you just divided it by 2. Which you're like, get 2 bags to this.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like they're taking the piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IGA does the like price per 100 grams.
Yeah.
Have it on the ticket. They do it Coles as well,
Yeah.
but it's real small. IGA has it quite large.
I'm all about that.
So I pay attention to that.
I'm all about the price
Yeah.
or the price per sheets on the
So,
thing.
do you know what I've actually learnt?
What?
You know how I said I don't pay attention to the price on the lettuce?
Yeah.
I just didn't do the groceries. I think that was the truth of it. It was just like, if I did the groceries, like I had to get 3 things because Amy had forgotten them.
It's like you send this guy off for milk and comes back with magic beans or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. And now I do the groceries. Like I pay attention.
Yeah, yeah. I pay attention. Because Steph hates shopping so much, she'll just buy anything. Doesn't care about the price.
Yeah.
It's just like, the more I have to think about it, the longer I have to be here.
Yeah.
Where I'm like looking at the expiry date of the chicken,
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'm like, why'd you get this chicken? I have to eat it in 3 days, and it's like 800 grams of chicken. Can't put it in the freezer, of course.
No.
Yeah, you obviously can. It's just like you can't.
Yeah, I have heard, I was speaking to someone, a friend of ours over the weekend, that's on the delivery train.
Yeah.
And I've heard that it's sorted.
Someone told me that too.
So
sometimes the fresh produce I heard is maybe a bit how's it going.
Okay.
But generally,
I don't buy that much of it.
But generally, overall, I've heard the same.
Yeah, because like so I was like, oh, it was shit when I did it, and then I was like 2017.
Yeah,
so it's
same.
Probably better.
Yeah, same.
Because I used to get really frustrated because you'd order 3
have to go
kilos
back.
of chicken, and be like, we don't have any chicken. It's
Yeah.
like, well, why did I pay you $20 for me to go to the supermarket anyway?
That's
fucking
agreed.
annoying.
That's the thing that I was like, this is double handling.
Yeah, so apparently that's fixed.
Agreed.
So I'm gonna.
Are you a bit of a specials hunter though? I don't mind a good special.
So I think if I ordered online,
Yeah.
I would save as much as I would save on specials.
Yeah, by buying random
Not
shit.
buying the shit that I see and go, oh, that's on special.
Yeah.
And getting 6 boxes of barbecue shapes or something.
I'm a diet soda bargain hunter.
Yeah.
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 Like honestly, I refuse to pay full price.
Yeah, it's fair too. 'Cause they're on
Sometimes Steph's
special
like,
now.
just buy it because you want it, and I'm like, no,
Nah.
But let's go out for a $700 dinner on the weekend.
Yeah. I'm like that with LSKD clothing.
Yeah, it's only on
It's
special.
like, you guys are going to put this on 40% off once a quarter, so I'm going to wait.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not paying full price for gym
I
gear.
feel you. Hey, you know what I found funny the other day? Well, you know what I saw the other day? Remember when we did that deadlift at that photo shoot?
Together?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Oh, so with the straps and
Yeah.
shit.
So so one of my clients was like saying something about like her brace belly.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's what you need to do. And then it reminded me about when we took that picture, yeah?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I told you this, but like, you know how we had our shirts off?
Yeah.
So one of my clients at the time was just
Said
like,
you were fat.
yeah, he's like, oh, packing on a bit around the gut there. And I was like, excuse me? It's like, oh, you're just pushing it out, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, there's fucking 220 kilos on that bar, dude.
It's kind of the goal, bro.
Yeah, like, what a way to backhand compliment someone.
Yeah.
So then, I mentioned it to him, like, oh, yeah, I got called fat
Yeah.
when I did that deadlift. And then we started going on a spiral of like, you know when you get compliments off you, sorry, they're not compliments. You know when your clients accidentally take a shot at you? Like,
Ooh.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember one time I was in the change rooms at the gym and I was like shredded.
Yeah.
And then this guy was like, oh, all you need to do now is get a pair of calves.
Yeah. I
Bro.
do remember that.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then another time, like before Europe, when I was peeled.
Yeah.
And then my client was like, oh, what are those things under your arms? Are they stretch marks? Oh, they're disgusting.
What the fuck? That's so wild, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So that was just like, there's nothing like a...
Do you reckon people just live in that negative cycle forever?
No. I just thought, like, how interesting is it that if I went up to someone and said, your gut is huge and it's disgusting.
Yeah. Or even saying that to a woman.
Yeah.
That's
And I can ramble off like 5 or 6 times where, I mean, like the gut one I think was a bit innocent.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he just didn't understand. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like, oh, packing on a bit. It's like, what? Sorry, bro. Like, forgot to suck it in whilst pulling 220.
Yeah.
But then, the other ones, I was like, the calf one, I was like, I want to
Kill you.
eat your children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a video yesterday of a guy. Remember that session we did in Phillip Island with the like stupidly fat plates?
The swollest mirrors on earth.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I watched this guy and I was like, fuck, that's an impressive squat. And then I read the caption, it was 170, and it's still impressive.
Absolutely.
But I was like, oh, it's those plates. I had a look and it was like fucking 3 inches left on the bar for 170. And I was like, they're good plates.
Yeah,
it worked on me.
I've got those at home. Like the 25, bro. I reckon we could make a car out of it. Like it's fucking roll in. If I ever get a flat tire, it's like, hey, I got 425s, mate.
Yeah. Probably wider than the ones on the Hyundai anyway.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Fucking cheap plates. Cheap plates.
Yeah, I haven't had too many of those backhanders, thankfully.
Right.
Maybe I don't look good
just
enough.
Me.
Maybe I don't look good
just
enough
me
to
getting shit on for my whole life.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, one of them came up to me and had so I was like doing a front double bicep.
Yeah.
And then they were like, have you had shoulder surgery on both shoulders? And I was like, what? And they're like, what are those scars on the inside of your arms? And I was like, called stretch marks. I'm having muscles.
Yeah. I got.
So you should try and get some.
Yeah. Have a go at that. Let me know how you go. Yeah.
Oh well. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Still here.
Still going.
Still taking the shots.
Still going.
Yeah. And I'm huge.
Yeah. I've just got to question the person that just looks for faults in that scenario. Do you live that way?
Oh yeah, they would. That's the person who, like, when their friend gets like a nice car or something, says like, "I'll never drive that."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I would never live there. Or
you don't have to.
Like, well, lucky it's not your fucking car, bro, and you don't have to live in my fucking house.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just weird.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the other side of that now, though.
You've gone past it.
Yeah, well, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Where like back then I was mortified.
Yeah.
Because I, didn't want anyone to say anything.
Yeah.
Where now if someone says, I'm like,
I like my life.
Yeah, I like my life. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah.
The ultimate
it all comes down to I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, but if you're bigger than me, I'm fucked. I'm out.
Yeah.
Now I hate you.
Yeah, and myself.
Yeah, if you're bigger than me, you win.
Yeah.
Questions? Yeah. Do you want to start with your statements, or are you good?
Yeah, sure. Where'd you send them to me?
Nah, I just wanted to take a shot at you about your fucking questions.
Yeah, I was on so much caffeine at that moment.
I love it. First question, easy one. Have you ever tried cold water immersion? And would you ever?
Bro, now listen. The old grandfathers in the fitness industry over here were doing cold water immersion before you could go to an ice bath, before you could go to some bougie place and fucking pay $60.
3 bags of ice for $8 or whatever it was.
2 boys get in there, leg day, bag of ice on the way home, in the fucking bath, with skins on, usually a hoodie.
Completely negating the anabolic effect of that ridiculously hard leg workout.
Yeah, and then we thought, actually, this is fucking stupid. So let's not do this anymore.
Yeah. Why do I just feel sore and my legs are small?
Yeah. And maybe, just maybe, the fact that I can't work for like 5 days after my leg session might just mean I'm doing too much.
Because at one stage, did you do the like ice bath to shower thing? Because I was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I fucking did it all.
Yeah.
And then probably had 9 grams of HMB and went to sleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, I'll put it out there that I think there's benefits to cold water immersion from a psychological doing a hard thing. Push it far enough away from your workout and reap. Whether there's health benefits and stuff, sure. But I think psychologically doing something that's hard is cool.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah.
But
it's like mental training.
Yeah, but it's shit for recovery, for training.
I found that...
to quantify that, unless you have to repeat bout.
Yeah.
So unless you have to do the thing again the next day or the same day, then definitely ice is a useful...
Yeah. I think how much... look, this is all thoughts, but I think the devil is in how often it's done.
Yeah.
Because even... I sent you a video of some dude like explaining it. Turns out he's just like some random like motivational speaker dude. So I was like, okay, this is Kerwin Ray level fucking...
we can't lean on
like
this.
Information,
Don't put this one on the podcast.
But some like the thought process behind it sounded interesting.
Yeah.
Because it was like the more often you do it, the less of a stress response you get. But then it's like, what happens when you need that stress response?
Yeah.
Like, because we're by design, stressor, things happen and we can combat whatever it is. Granted, like these days, little more stimulation and we're in that fight or flight a little more often than we probably should be, or some people are. But like he was saying, the more often you get in a situation where it is stress, when you're trying to reduce your body's stress response to that, what happens when you actually need it?
Yeah, I understand.
Like the magnitude of the response is going to be smaller when you probably need more of it.
Yeah.
So he was just saying that like
diminishing returns kind of
situation. Yeah, you're kind of getting to a point where like if you do it too often, on the other side there could be problems with that. And I was like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You know, because I've got mates of mine who do it, and they're just like, yeah, I've gotten up to this long and doing this many things and rah rah. And I was like, surely at some point that goes the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a diminishing return element for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're like an elite athlete. Like one of my mates is an elite athlete. He's an Australian champion boxer.
Yeah.
So surely at some point, like, yeah, it's like being calm and focused and being able to have your thoughts and be in your mind and all that's fine. But then it's like from there, like onward, it's like you're potentially having a physiological, like a negative physiological effect, because they're things he can control.
Yeah.
Breathing, mindset, thoughts, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't control like how much adrenaline you get pumped into your system at any given time. Like I'm not saying, I can't conclusively say any of this is true.
Yeah, I guess if you're controlling breathing and all that sort of stuff, you are to a degree controlling the hormone response as well.
To a degree.
Yeah.
But then there's things that like there's a point though, and there's other pathways where it's not in your control.
Yeah, I understand.
Because you don't just like, it's funny, it's like, does your adrenaline increase because you start breathing more, or do you start breathing more because your adrenaline increases? You know what I mean? Because it's there to increase your heart rate, dilate your pupils, like increase respiration, like make you alert.
Get the fuck out of there.
Absolutely. So I just think like, I don't know, there's certain situations where like, what if you did have to react quickly? You know?
Yeah.
And like you're just like, just a
calm.
bit slow today. Yeah.
We're okay.
Yeah. So there's merit to it, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it really does depend on what your goals are.
Yeah. I have done the cold shower thing sporadically here and there.
Cold shower is different though.
And I think considering an ice bath for a cognitive benefit, I reckon it'd be awesome. So I know Loz does hers like mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
If I had one, I think that would be
scare the system.
Awesome. Yeah, it's like that kind of flat after lunch feeling.
Yeah,
in the ice bath, back into work. You just be like just fucking dials turned right up again.
Yeah, that'd be great. I just can't do something that is even potentially going to negate
anabolism.
Yeah, and it's like for someone who like has to work so hard for this.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I just don't see the point. Like, I don't see any potential upside if that is your goal. Like, if your goal is to get huge, like, until they can say, for me, you can have an ice bath within, like, outside of 8 hours of the workout window, or whatever it is, so that you don't fuck around with the post-workout anabolic signaling and shit. Until they can do that, I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah.
Just don't see the point. So you go into the gym for fucking 10 hours, 12 hours a week.
Yeah.
Just pain and suffering.
Yeah.
And then outside of the gym, a meal every 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's just pain and suffering outside of the gym.
Yeah.
Committing to it. And it's like jumping into a fucking bath of ice that's going to undo even 10, 15, whatever. It's just like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for everyone else, like, have at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it has higher benefit for someone who's not like that.
Yeah, he's not a strength and power athlete. Maybe.
Well, even just like that level of discipline in life, or that like doing the hard thing.
Yeah. Well, sometimes. So
if you just like exercise a few times a week and you work an average job and
that's the hardest thing they'll ever do. Come do a fucking leg workout.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of your day. Yeah, maybe there is quite a large benefit to that.
Yeah, I just don't like. There's enough hard shit to do for me to not want to do that.
Do more hard shit.
We work out every day. It's hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's why some people find it cool though. Like, interesting.
Yeah,
is because that's the hardest thing that they'll do.
Yeah,
and maybe that's why other people won't gravitate towards it because they're just like, well, I kind of do hard shit all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's one of those things where Tam clipped it the other week, was like, if there's other people, I said that are perfectly healthy, but if other people have the outcome that you're trying to achieve without doing the thing, you don't need the thing.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not a core element of...
Yeah.
Like, you don't need... Alex Hormozi doesn't have a 3-hour morning routine, so a 3-hour morning routine isn't required to make $500 million.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
absolute success leaves clues.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
one.
Not taking shots. Just
No, like, do it if you fucking...
Yeah.
If you're...
Maybe yoga, Pilates, CrossFit, Skinny Jason will do it one day.
Yeah. For
When
life
he's
preservation.
55. When he's 55.
Yeah, finally gives it up.
Gives it up or has a heart attack before.
So this is an interesting one. And someone might know this that's like actually in that space a little bit more than we are.
Quick break in the episode, guys. If you're looking for more information on how you can look, feel, and perform better, head over to our website, take advantage of all of the content that we have there, even the YouTube channels, plenty of videos and stuff on there. Also, rotating free resources that you guys can access completely free. Okay, let's get back to the episode.
What would you determine to be emotional eating versus just like overeating?
So overeating, the best way I can do it, I can explain it is just give you examples. So overeating it's Easter, and I go to whoever's house it is that's having Easter on Steph's side of the family.
Yeah.
And there's all these foods that we don't typically eat that are part of our culture, and just part of the traditions of Easter in itself with the family. So I'll eat those foods in quantities that I feel like, and just be done with it.
Yeah.
So that's a case of overeating, because I would normally eat, those portions of those meals. And then emotional eating is when something bad happens, when something happens, doesn't have to be bad. When something happens, irrespective of whether I'm hungry, full, or whatever, I need to or want to eat, and I don't have the urge to stop myself.
Yeah.
So there's an emotion that's triggering the food response.
Yeah.
It's not like normal eating behavior. That's what I usually kind of make aware to my guys. I'm like, we just want normal eating behavior. And normal eating behavior is a frequency that is, set by yourself.
Yeah.
Every 3 to 4 hours, you eat a meal and you stop and you move on.
Yeah.
If it deviates outside of that, that's not normal eating behavior. And then you got to think about what caused that. So if it was an event, that's fine. It wasn't, it's not something that I deem as like a red flag. But if it was like this happened and I did this and I couldn't stop myself or whatever, then I'm like, well, that's emotional eating.
Yeah. So I had an interesting one with a client who a few weeks in a row had reported like emotional eating. And I was like, okay, like maybe we'll set you up with one of the mentality coaches, probably more effective, or we could always kind of chat with Annie as well, or kind of collab all three.
Absolutely.
And sort of figure out what's going on. And I was like, so tell me about it. Like what normally happens? She's like, like usually Saturday nights are just like kind of get to a point where I can't, like I just want it, so I can't not have it, if that makes sense. I'm like, okay, so what kind of damage are we talking? Like how many calories do you think you have? I'm like, she goes, like 400. I'm like, okay, so your maintenance calories at the moment, like 1850 calories. Goal is fat loss. And over the entire weekend that you felt like you were out of control and eating emotionally, you only had an extra 400 calories. It's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So what if we just made that okay?
Yep.
So, I'm like, why don't you just have 400 calories less, so 80 calories a day, less throughout the week, and then allow for that. And then it's like, I can have dessert or whatever on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine. Would that remove the emotion factor of the food? She's fortnightly, so I'll find out tomorrow if it worked. But yeah, I feel like Annie said like the Availability, I think it was.
The abundance theory,
Yeah.
flawed.
Doesn't work for hot cross buns.
Doesn't work for Annie or myself.
Yeah. So it's similar idea, right? It's like, well, if we take the restriction away and say it's fine.
Yeah.
Your net calories over the week are going to be what determines your outcome.
Mm.
So just have a little bit less and then see if you still want it.
Yeah.
And see how that plays out over the next few weeks before we really delve in and be like, you have an emotional eating problem.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be like environmental as well.
Yeah.
So it's just like at that particular day, you do a particular thing.
With particular people.
Yeah.
With whatever.
So if you can work with it, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. And that sounds like it's fine for that particular client.
Yeah.
It's like a lifestyle client. It's like, really, it's like move the day to whatever it is that you're working towards. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
As long as you like positive action, 6 out of the 7 days a week, or even in that day, it's like still train, still do all the stuff.
Yeah.
It's like not that much of a discrepancy.
Yeah.
So that works perfectly well for that person.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's most people, really. It's just like if you got a deadline, you're just like, hey,
Yeah.
pull your head in.
And that's where those things, they're the changes that I make in my nutrition when there's a goal.
Absolutely.
It's just those fringe things that just like, okay, like the Maxi Bonds now, Paddle Pop, and you know what I mean? The weekends aren't as flexible and stuff like that. It's just you start shaving those things off.
The rope gets tight.
Yeah, when you start to get more serious about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Got a couple of clients they're over in WA. They came to me for get ready for a holiday. They fucking nailed it. It's like, I think he's lost 12. She's lost 8 kilos.
Amazing.
In like 3 months. Smashing it. And
Breaking
just like,
the WA market, mate. Look at you go.
yeah, fuck. It's very small. There's not a lot of them.
I've had one.
Yeah. It was actually a listener of the show referred them to us, which was cool.
Shout out.
Yeah. But yeah, so their final block, their final 6-week program led perfectly into their holiday. And I was like, all right, we've worked a lot on like alcohol consumption, a lot. And I was like, if you drink, it replaces your carbohydrates in your tracking, but understand there's still a hormonal impact and it's still not positive and it's like still going to affect training, performance, blah, 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 blah.
Which has zero benefit.
Yeah. So they've done a really, really good job. Like the hangover Sundays are gone. Like they're back on plan straight away and just watching the consumption go down week by week because it's just like, there's higher priorities over here has been really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, their last block, I think she's down to maybe 95 grams of carbs. And he's down to like 180.
Yeah.
And the check-ins this week is just like, fuck, there's no room for error, hey.
Yeah.
In this one, it's like,
No.
there's no room for error now because you're close enough to the goal that you'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I had
seen the results and stuff in the past.
If I had given that to you in the first week, you'd be like, fuck this guy. And just done it and not told me.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, hey, you've seen, like you said, it works. Now we've got this last little bit. Let's go.
Yeah.
And it's like you only have to tolerate it for this period of time.
Hopefully they get through it too, because then they'll see, because you'll get even more results, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then they'll see, because I can see that even working with like so my competitors are the best benchmark of compliance.
Yeah.
And I can tell even within that, the ones that are actually giving it 100%.
Yeah.
And it's because the results are so dramatic in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
So when you see someone else like it, it doesn't always happen in linear fashion, we'll get it. But it kind of does.
Yeah.
It kind of does it just needs a longer period of time.
Yeah.
So then, I'm just like, I don't know if you're doing it or you are unconsciously doing it, but something's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's good when people do follow it 100% because and it is extreme. I love it because the results are so dramatic.
Yeah.
So then it's like, that's what you're capable of if you can do it for longer.
Yeah.
If you can, or if you can find a strategy to just dip them in and out of that, they're going to get expedited results and better results.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Long term, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But yeah, the alcohol thing's such an interesting thing. It's like, I get there's people trying to work within, like it depends on who you're working with. Because some people don't really need to or want to be at their like most physical and optimal best.
Yeah.
in the gym.
Yeah.
And that's where, maybe playing the trade-off game is valuable.
Yeah.
The thing that I have an issue with is people who, you can tell someone who doesn't understand the client they're working with. When they're talking about like getting massive and getting strong and being at your peak performance in the gym and training to like 1 rep in reserve.
Yeah.
But then saying that like you can have 6 drinks to just
On
replace.
Saturday night.
It's
Yeah.
no, you can't.
Yeah.
Because you'll be hungover the next day and you won't sleep well. And then you can't train to,
Yeah.
you can't progressively overload. You can't, you're not optimally, providing an environment where you have as much muscle protein synthesis as possible. Like you are literally telling someone to do something that is totally against
what they're trying
to, it's the ice bath thing again, right?
Yeah.
It's like have 6 drinks, count your calories and have an ice bath.
Yeah. And you'll get massive.
And stay with me for 20 years because you'll never get results.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually heard someone saying recently, I can't remember who it was. Probably Chris Williams. Just that like there's no safe level of alcohol.
No, I agree.
That there's this like perception that if I have a couple of glasses of wine, there's zero impact, and it's not true.
Yeah. I think someone, isn't there like somewhere someone's gone and said, or they've done research on like is it the antioxidants and the resveratrol or something in the red wine? It's like 1 glass a day is kind of quote unquote healthy. Yeah. But even then, it's like, what the fuck does healthy mean?
Yeah, man, it's
and
still,
healthy to who?
It's isolating the antioxidant element, not the impact of.
Could you not just have something else with that in it, right?
Yeah. What's the prolonged consumption effect on testosterone? On like.
That's what. Yeah, absolutely.
How does it affect your sleep? And then, okay, if you're affecting your sleep, that affects fucking everything. So it's go to the last episode. Sleep's really important.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think we talked about alcohol and
sleep.
Just
skipped like 40 minutes.
I don't think we talked about alcohol.
No, there's 2 things we didn't talk about. Alcohol, because barely any of my clients, it's not front of mind for me because not a lot of them drink.
Yeah.
And we also didn't talk about pulling food earlier. So eating your last bite of food like 2 hours, 3 hours before bed. I couldn't put that in because I never do it.
Yeah. Well, you got to pick the ones. You got to tick the boxes that kind of sit.
I don't want to be a hypocrite.
I'm still staring at my phone till I'm fucking drooling, and then I just put it down on the coffee table. I'm like, out. Like.
Yeah, yeah. I eat such a high percentage of my calories after 6 p.m. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I couldn't advise someone not to do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and do the stomach shrinking thing next week.
Yeah. Well, tell me about that.
So I'm just gonna eat as little food as possible for the same amount of calories.
Yep.
And then start my meal plan.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I saw was it Jackson was talking about that.
Yeah. I tried it last time.
Yeah.
It works.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works because you don't search for volume. You're not searching for that volume to make you satiated. You're
so to give context,
eat.
It's like most people when they go into a diet look to make the biggest meal possible with the lowest possible calories, which keeps your stomach expanded, which means you're hungrier.
Yeah, because there's for lack of a better term, like sensors, regulators in your stomach.
Yeah. Based
on the size of it.
Yeah.
So if you keep stretching it, that's kind of akin to, is it the lap band and all that?
Yeah.
Making it smaller. So kind of a similar concept. You just go with lower residue food for a while.
Yeah.
It's why when people are like, oh, I'm not going to eat for a whole day, and then they go to a buffet or something and they have like 2 meals and they're like, oh, I'm so full.
Yeah.
It's like, your stomach's smaller.
Yeah.
So you can't get the
volume.
Yeah, and that's why the food eaters like drink heaps of water and do liters and liters, and they eat like watermelon. Yeah. Because it's literally just expanding the stomach with fuck all calories.
Yeah.
So that they can eat 30,000 calories in sitting. I'm going to do the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Make my stomach tiny.
Little. Makes sense.
So eat little foods.
Yeah, makes sense.
Bit of protein sparing modified fasting.
I'm doing that a bit incidentally, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just fast for a little bit.
Actually, my lunch is like a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 200 grams of mince and 100 grams of pasta.
That's a big meal.
Getting through it is like...
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm bringing out a cheat sheet for Thalos. Coming soon.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll follow it.
I've already written a blog about it, just making it into a downloadable resource.
Yeah.
Update it a little bit.
Yeah, we should go back to all those, hey?
Yeah. There's a lot of them that are...
STCfit.com.
A lot of them are very helpful.
I think it's media, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Help us, Tim.
You'll find the blogs on the website.
Yeah.
There's fucking heaps of them, and heaps of them are really good.
Yeah. So heaps of them are good, and some of them are like,
Maybe we should go back to that. When we first started the podcast, guys, we used to all write a blog per week. There was 4 of us. Write a blog each, and then come in and just chat about our blog. Maybe we should go back to that.
we can talk about those blogs and how wrong they were.
Yeah.
The insulin model for fat loss.
Yeah.
That was around for the whole time. Strategies to get more iron in your diet.
My honest answer, what I would do is open up ChatGPT and just write what foods have high levels of iron.
Yeah.
And you'll get a fucking shitload of them. And then just go, where does these fit in my current diet? And swap them.
So I agree. The obviously the caveat is like, does this person eat everything?
Yeah, and that's
because if you do, then just eat red meat.
Yeah.
It's like it's a cheat code. Like two palm size portions of red meat per week for a female. Because I'm assuming a female asked this because most men definitely don't need enough. Definitely
more.
don't. Yeah. Probably have a little bit too much. Some people.
Me having my 220 grams of mince a day.
Me with my blood as thick as fucking mud.
No, sir, you cannot donate plasma.
So yeah, meat is the cheat code. Red meat.
Yeah.
The other thing to consider, is it like vitamin C or whatever? That
For
like,
absorption?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's either C or calcium or both.
Well, I think it's either calcium prevents the absorption and vitamin C improves it, or vice versa. I can't remember. I haven't been in nutrition school for long enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would...
Go check out that nutrition page on the website again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chat with Annie.
Yeah. So it's either or. It's a quick search up of like what that is. But yeah, looking at food types like Ben said, meat is definitely one as a cheat code for most nutrients, let's be real.
Yeah.
And then, putting your whole diet under a microscope and getting an understanding of why it's low. Because if you're having a high iron food, and it's low,
what's going on?
There's no point going to search for more high iron food.
Yeah, there's something that's a miss.
Yeah, something going on there that's preventing you from absorbing it and utilizing it.
What nutrient helps iron absorption?
I think it's vitamin C.
Vitamin C to increase.
Look at me.
Yeah. Or ascorbic acid.
Calcium,
is the same thing.
Yeah, and calcium is the one that prevents the absorption.
Slows it down, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you're getting enough of that at the same time. And if you're going to supplement, use both. Yeah, I know during pregnancy, Amy was on both.
Yeah.
So we had I think it was every second day she was taking iron, and then every day she was taking vitamin C. Because you got to make an extra human's worth of blood.
Yeah.
In the time. So, and if you are going to supplement it, actually just have a think about how much you need. What's the name of the tracker that we used to use?
Chronometer.
Chronometer is we
have a blog on that too, how to use it.
We do.
And assess your diet.
We do. Yeah, I wrote that out.
You did?
Yeah.
I send people to that.
So Chronometer is basically a more advanced version of MyFitnessPal that breaks down nutrients as well. Also looks at like fatty acid intake and basically all the amino acids and vitamin and minerals. So putting your regular diet into that is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Because it has a look at everything that's going on. So for example, if like maybe your iron intake's actually fine and your vitamin C is low. Yeah. But it looks across the board. And then for anyone, like we talked about supplements a few episodes ago with Jess, like if you're going to supplement, I would probably do that first. I know it's too much friction for most people and just like, tell me what pills to take, but it's worth sitting down for 30 minutes and building out your average day.
Yeah.
And seeing what's actually coming in.
Absolutely.
Before you go buy anything.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can even just waste your money.
Yeah.
Buying shit.
And then if you're going to buy stuff, particularly iron, bioceuticals, don't fuck around.
Yeah, it's
quality. Money,
quality is important, yeah.
Yeah. I got a new resource for SUPs on the way here. Consumer Lab.
Yeah.
They do a lot of independent testing of supplements.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Probably, I think it's obviously going to be American-based, but
yeah.
I would say the brands are going to be
Yeah.
We overlap. We might be able to find Australian ones on there.
Yeah.
I literally heard it 2 hours ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
have a
wonder
chance
how
to have a
often the research gets updated.
As in the testing, or is that what you mean?
Well, like when they go through sorry, I'm just thinking of Examine, like when you go,
Yeah.
when you select the
Recommended
supplement,
amounts and
the
stuff.
supplement, and then it goes through all the benefits, and then you can click a benefit, and it works off like the body of evidence.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm just saying that I've done shit that website says you can't, and I've done it. Like,
Yeah.
I've proven it.
Yeah, which I guess it's
It just shows that
bell
like,
curve normal.
well, it just
population.
shows that study isolated for like 12 weeks, and with this
Yeah.
population, it means that
There's lots of variables.
But I just wonder, like, are there other studies happening in that body of evidence is not getting churned through? Because that would take fucking ages, right?
Yeah.
And surely at some point, like, they'll lean into AI to just read all of this and populate it into our website.
Yeah.
And cure the nation of all of their low testosterone and
Fix everything.
high estrogen needs.
Take this. Yeah, delivery methods and stuff. Yeah. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Consumer Labs.
Yeah, I remember them doing it like in Australia. I think like Swiss was one of the worst ones. For accuracy. I think Nature's Way was actually pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
And is it Bickford's? That's a wine. Blackmore's.
Blackmore's.
Yeah, I could see the label and a B, and I was like, apparently Blackmore's is up there as well with what they claim to be on the label. Yeah, but man, for the consumer, it gets hard. Like,
how would you know?
Well, how would you know? And most consumers don't know, like, that there's fucking 3 different types of magnesium, and this one's the best one.
Yeah, even the vitamin C, like, it's like, which one do you get?
Yeah.
They've got all these big names that people don't understand. And glycinate, oxide.
Yeah.
You know, acetate or whatever the fuck it is.
So much friction between
a
cool label and
propionate and anthate.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, my advice is always just go to Bioceuticals because they're really good.
Good, reputable company.
Yeah. The shit that's in them is usually what you need to have.
Yeah. If you got the dollars too, like whenever you can get a liposomal version, it's the way to go.
Yeah. What does that mean?
So the nutrient is covered.
I don't know how to make that stop.
Just smash it. So the whatever nutrient, like vitamin C, it's coated in a liposome.
Okay.
And then you put it under your tongue, and it absorbs into the bloodstream far more efficiently than going into the liver and then working out through there in the stomach, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously you pay for that, you know.
Yeah.
But there's some in some instances, like maybe that's the best way to do it. But obviously you're paying for that construction of that supplement and the delivery of it that way.
I heard about this one correlation study of fish oil, like omega-3s.
Yeah.
That people who smoke and have high level omega-3s have the same all-cause mortality rate as people who don't smoke with low.
Yeah. Well, the inflammation would be equally as high, right?
Yeah. And it's like, well, heart disease is the number 1 killer. Smoking drives heart disease, but omega-3 drives it down just as much.
That everyone's going to be smashing durries and just increasing their omega.
Well, that was the joke that I listened to as well. I was like, that's not the message.
Yeah.
Obviously, not smoking and being high is the best.
Making sure you're getting that wild caught is the best for the omega-3s.
But yeah, like
I'll tell you what, I haven't had a fucking fish oil in a while, to be honest. Maybe should.
I haven't, and I was like, okay, so go buy some of that one.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of just fell out of the.
Wasn't cool anymore.
No, I like all that. I just kind of finished it and forgot to
get more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been real focused. I think
it's like with all the other supplements I take, why don't I have that as well?
I've been super focused on the vitamin D, just because that was I saw some research that was the number 1 predictor of responses to COVID.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was something like if the whole world was sufficient vitamin D levels, it literally wouldn't have spread.
Interesting.
Yeah. They ran this model to kind of test it all. So after that, I was like, fucking vitamin D every day, all the time.
Yep.
Whereas that was probably fish oil before, because that was longevity.
Yeah, you used to take fish oil all the time.
and-
Just kind of fell out.
Yeah.
I think because I have so many pills, you can only take so many.
Yeah, and I think
forget.
there was so much like noise around the quality.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like taking something's better than nothing, though, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. I think
Surely.
it got to the point where I was like, because it was like it should be in the fridge, and
Atlantic
it should
salmon.
be always fucking transported cold, and then it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like you take a fish oil tablet and you're like, I feel better.
Yeah, that's it. Because one of my clients, like, I was like, look, detox support is really important for anyone who trains.
Yeah.
CoQ10 B complex, in my opinion, is also something that people who train should have.
Yep.
And they were like, I don't feel any different. I'm like, you're not supposed to.
Nah,
like,
it's not a Red Bull.
Yeah. I'm like, it's just doing the thing.
Yeah.
Like, we're just,
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of reactive oxygen species going on there. There's a lot of, you know, energy productions happening at the same time, or, you know, over the day. It's like, we need to just support all of that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cellular processes that need cofactors that we can't guarantee we're going to get just from the diet. So just a little bit of support goes a long way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard though, because I know when you get supplements, you're like, I should
Feel awesome.
feel like pre-workout.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's like I take it, and within 5 minutes, my skin tingles.
Yeah, it's like when they used to spike the creatine with pre-workout shit. You'd be like, creatine's the fucking best. Like, you don't actually feel creatine.
Do you remember,
but sure.
What was it called? The Amino Energy?
Amino Energy?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, so it's by Optimum Nutrition.
Yeah, just amino acids with caffeine in it.
Yeah, so Good Life used to have it, and I
Yeah.
never read the label, and I didn't realize Amino Energy meant aminos and caffeine.
Yeah.
Right? So I remember one of my clients, he was just like, oh, you know, I haven't had my aminos, I'm feeling flat, I ran out or whatever. I was like, fuck, it's just fucking aminos,
Protein,
bro.
bro.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, what the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's not even protein, it's branch chains.
Yeah.
Like, it's only 3. Like, come on, bro. You could do it. You could do this.
You'll be all right.
And then, and then the next time he's like, you know, he's all fucking chuffed. He's got his Amino Energy, the blue one, and he's putting it on the bench. And I was like, can I just have a read of that for a moment?
Yeah.
And then, read the label, and it's like fucking 180 megs of caffeine or something. I was like, okay.
You don't have this anymore.
Yeah. I was like, I get it now.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not the branch chains that give you energy. It's the caffeine in the branch chain.
Yeah. All right, we're going long. I have more questions, but we're going long.
Are we an hour in?
It's now 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Easy done. All right. That is all. We will field 3 more questions in the next episode. Perfect time to hit the subscribe button, guys. Support the mission that is Barbells and Banter, and we'll see you next time.